Good afternoon, everyone. This is part 4, the final part of an inside look into Tom Brady. I hope you're enjoying this series. Let's kick off with Max, shall we? Just quickly, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Belichick is playing chess. Now, maybe he outsmarted himself with Brady. I would agree with that. Because in all of human history, no one has ever been great at 42 at quarterback, ever. And Tom Brady is entering age 44 season, so he's not just breaking the record, he's shattering it.
What else from the interview am I not asking you about that you think was significant or shed light on something that we need to know? Was it the I wouldn't have been successful as successful without Belichick, and I feel the vice versa? I mean, what is that one that leapt out at you?
To me, the main one that sticks out to me, and it's something I wrote about in December, I said, look, this can be an amicable divorce. And I wrote at the time, do they even really need to sit down at the table and negotiate? Because this isn't about money or anything. This is about irreconcilable differences. Tom believes he can play at a certain level till he's 43 and deserves to be paid at a certain level, 43, 44, 45. Bill doesn't believe that. And Tom to say, look, that's how Bill felt, and that was his right, and that's what he's supposed to do. And I was at a stage where I was doing things that he didn't expect to see. I think that was the most honest part, and that's why we're even on the phone right now in April talking about Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Is because of those those irreconcilable differences. But I think that they're trying, at least Tom is, really hard to make it an amicable split while still going up. Look, Bill would say, look, why are we doing any interviews? Why are we continue to talk about this? It's probably bothering him. But Tom remains on the high road, I think, as he goes through this. But that's the fact of it. Brady wanted to play for the Patriots longer. The Patriots didn't want to pay him to keep playing for them when they weren't sure he was going to keep playing at the same level. That was true after 2017, it was true after 2018, and it was true this offseason. They didn't want to commit.
There's a new crop of quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. We saw him go through one in the AFC Championship, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff on the other side of the field in the Super Bowl is another one, Baker Mayfield. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
How much motivation does Tom draw from showing everyone, just to draw on that chip on the shoulder idea, that I'm not ready to pass the baton yet to these young guys?
Yeah, I definitely think, for example, at the end of the last game, I've never, ever seen him have a wider smile, because it was obviously the absolute stud in Patrick Mahomes against the old decrepit guy, prize fighter that's fighting through the 14th round. And he showed the young guy that it's okay to be old because he's got as much or more fight in him than he's ever had before. So it was a pretty good, pretty happy time for him.
You know, going to Michigan, there's no other place I could ever see myself going. I'm so proud of this school. I'm so proud of what we represent. I'm so proud of the relationships that I have with my friends that I still keep in touch to this day. And it's a wonderful feeling coming back here.
He's quite a story, and I'm told that Tom Brady watches Michigan replay on satellite.
Well, you would think Tom would have more to do with
You
that.
wouldn't you? But the thing that's great is I was reading a Sports Illustrated article, and it goes to what he said in the piece. Dante Stallworth said after their Dallas game, Brady prepares like he hadn't made the team yet, and here he is, a Hall of Famer.
Well, you know, of all there's so many incredible qualities that Tom possesses, and humility, you know, the idea that you can always get better, and I think that's really been part of his secret, as well as, you know, blessed with a lot of ability and a great intelligence and all those things. But that's, you know, he's a special guy.
He is indeed.
I'd love to hear from someone who knows about Coach Carr and Tom Brady. I found very little comments made by Brady about Coach Carr. I'd love to know Coach Carr's thoughts when he was deciding between who to start, Brady or Henson. So please let me know in the comments if you know the story.
So there's nothing that says that he can't be back at age 42 or 43, but you see it's going to come to an end at some point. Did you ever talk retirement with him?
And
just future goals?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a a bunch of things going on, but there's nothing more that he likes than playing football. He loves everything involved in the entire process, working out in the spring. He likes the locker rooms, likes the work, he likes the workouts, he likes the food, he likes everything that is making him perform at this level when he's 41. And Tom House, his quarterback coach and throwing coach, says there hasn't been an ounce of fall off in his play. So I think he's going to go until he says, "Hey, I just can't do it anymore," or I'm starting to detect a little bit of change in my attitude. So I don't know that it will be in the next year or two or three. It may, to a certain extent, be what Bill Belichick says, that I don't need you anymore and I want to bring somebody else in.
To make you get any more fired up.
Super Bowl 55 will be underway. Pass to Gronkowski. He's going to score a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski's got 2 today. Big time pressure on Mahomes. Antonio Brown dives low to make this catch. The Chiefs trying to regroup. They are down 21-6 at halftime. To the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. There's nothing the Chiefs can do. There will be no repeat. Bucks win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, you are the man. You are the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
The plot thickens. The NFL schedule release had everyone buzzing with the news of Tom Brady's return to New England, but how long can Brady keep playing Tom Brady Sr.? Talking that talk.
While he's happy now, I think he's starting to realize that the end of the career is coming to an end, and he's just savoring every moment as he walks down the final stretches, whether it's the next 1 year, 2 years, or 12 years.
Okay, Chris Canty, I am here for this on so many levels. His dad's talking, Brady's talking. I don't even know who this guy is now. And I'm just fascinated by anybody who's the best at what they do, especially when they're not the most talented. When we talk about guys like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. So let me ask you this. Do you think that Brady could actually outlast Belichick?
Molly, it's starting to look that way.
Right?
And let me say this. When Pop starts talking like that in the media and on the radio, you know it's real. You know that there's that competitive fire where Brady wants to make sure that he leaves no doubt that he's the one that was more responsible for the success that they had out in New England. But yeah, with Tom Brady and looking at this Buccaneers team, they're set up to have success for the next 3 or 4 years. Most folks move to Florida to retire. Tom Brady moves down there to win championships. I know that Bruce Arians hates the fact that people say we're going to run it back, but this team is going to have a chance to be able to run it back. So I don't think there's going to be any question about between Belichick and Brady who's going to have more success in the twilight of their careers. It's Tom Brady. When we look at Bill Belichick, people got to realize that he's also on the back nine of his career, too. I mean, the oldest coaches to ever coach in an NFL game as a head coach, 72, 73 years old. Bill Belichick is 69. So, I mean, the end is close for him as well. So if I had to bet on who's going to have more success over the next 3 or 4 years, I would bet on Tom Brady. I think there's a chance that he outlasts Bill Belichick.
Well, if you phrase the question, is it possible? I have to acknowledge it's possible that Tom Brady outlasts him, which seemed ridiculous a year ago to me, let alone 2 or 3 years ago. Ridiculous. Because your physical qualities go faster than you think your mental acuity, right? Like you'd be able to hold on to that a little later. And a 69, 70-year-old guy versus a 44-year-old athlete in tackle football. But I have to admit, it's possible. Like, for example, if the Patriots win 6 or 7 games this year, Robert Kraft may look at Bill Belichick and be like, timeout. You chased off Tom Brady, especially if they go on to have great success, win another Super Bowl, get to another Super Bowl. You chased him off, and we haven't had a winning season in 2 years. Maybe Kraft at that point says, we need a new GM.
Well, we all know that Brady outlasted Max. Sorry, Max, I'm just piling on here, mate. So do you guys think Brady will outlast Belichick? Because it's a pretty big ask. I'm not betting against Brady, but I reckon Bill is super competitive, and he definitely wants a ring without Brady too. And he has the advantage that he can coach a lot longer than Brady can play. Anyhow, let me know what you think. That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day. Thanks for watching.